Pile checks fall under two categories, structural and geotechnical, with options for rigid and flexible methods of design. The flexible method assumes flexible pile caps, considers pile head fixity, and performs a finite element analysis. The rigid method assumes rigid pile caps and a fixed pile head connection. Structural checks use the proven S-concrete design engine to check structural strength of reinforced concrete piles, including axial force versus moment interaction and shear and torsion with consideration of biaxial bending and biaxial shear. Geotechnical checks ensure maximum allowable displacements and total axial forces at the pile head are within the specified capacities. The flexible method performs soil-pile interaction with linear or nonlinear springs along the pile length. The available pile checks depend on the type of modeling used with a pile foundation. For more information on modeling soil and pile foundations, please see the soil profile and pile foundation videos. Pile structural checks include axial force versus moment and shear and torsion. Structural checks are performed on reinforced concrete piles. The capacities of the piles are calculated using pile properties. Pile concrete material, diameter, and rebar all contribute to the structural capacity. Additional structural check settings can be found under Design Input, Pile, Beta D, Shear Method, and Axial Resistance Factor. When piles are modeled as reaction springs at the pile head, structural checks are performed at the pile head only. When piles are modeled as members with soil springs along pile length, structural checks are performed at various depths along the pile member using the flexible method. To set the spacing used with structural checks, change Design Input, Pile, Code Check Spacing. Pile geotechnical checks include total axial force, axial deflection, and lateral deflection. Geotechnical checks are performed on all available pile shapes and materials. When piles are modeled as reaction springs at the pile head, geotechnical axial force capacity is entered in the soil profile dialog, Pile Capacities. When piles are modeled as members with nonlinear soil springs along pile length, geotechnical axial force capacity is automatically calculated as a summation of the ultimate soil axial spring capacities. The maximum allowable axial and lateral deflections are entered in Design Input, Pile, allowable axial deflection, and allowable lateral